On July 26, 2025, over 200 New Yorkers got together to run
The FitnessGram Pacer Test is a multi-stage aerobic
organized by Jordan Haber, previously famous for entering himself in the NBA draft via a loophole. No, I'm not kidding. The event itself was advertised via a Diary of a Wimpy Kid meme. That's right, 200 people got together and chose to participate in an event that undoubtedly traumatized children all across America and beyond. What is strange about this event is that unlike other nostalgic interactions designed for good, all these people got together to relive something bad. I hated this stupid test as a kid. In fact, I felt shameful to participate in it. Running in front of your whole class just waiting to be made fun of afterwards, that's not exactly something I want to relive. Yet, 200 random strangers in New York did, and I wanted to know why. So, I started researching. Not only did I want to know why the FitnessGram crashed and burned, but why it's somehow beloved today.
Now, time to assess aerobic capacity with the FitnessGram 20-meter Pacer Test.
And what I found was a convoluted mess behind one of the world's greatest tests ever created. And no, that's not much of an exaggeration. So, dear viewer, there is more to this story. In fact, this story is one resembling that of Pinnochio, a puppet designed to do good but was painfully and agonizingly changed by their mentors to torment children until the end of time. At least I think that's how it goes. Don't look it up. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my bizarre adventure uncovering the story of a test that everyone has failed, one tragedy, lap, and string at a time. You know, have you ever wondered where the Pacer Test actually comes from? Our story starts with a surgeon in the US Army in 1957. The early stages of the Vietnam War were unfolding, and American health and medicine was on the cusp of another dramatic shift due to foreign conflicts and military innovation. An argument was being made that perhaps research into preventative medicine could be more beneficial than focusing on treating disease, a norm that hadn't been changed in decades. And if it weren't for an army surgeon being too smart for his own good, it would have taken us much longer to discover that maybe exercise is actually really good for preventing disease. Meet Dr. Kenneth Cooper, an army surgeon who only after 2 years was recruited by NASA to help astronauts prepare for space travel. He created what was called the Cooper Test, a 12-minute test where participants would run as far as they possibly could. Their distance was then plugged into this equation. I know it looks scary, but don't worry. This determines their VO2 max, the maximum rate of oxygen consumption attainable for that individual. Basically, the higher your VO2 max is, the more efficiently you're consuming and utilizing oxygen, which, long story short, can estimate your fitness level. Since its creation, the Cooper test continues to be used around the world by militaries, law enforcement, and even referees. This dude cared a lot about physical activity, so much that he founded the Cooper Institute in 1970 to further explore the relationship between fitness and health. Again, besides a handful of scientists, nobody was doing research into this except Cooper. In fact, the term aerobics was actually Cooper's invention. So, you're probably wondering what this has to do with the test that traumatized generations of kids. Don't worry, we're getting there. Be patient. You see, the Cooper test had a flaw in its design, which was the fact that it was really difficult to tell the exact distance someone ran without a track. And although I can't speak for other countries, I certainly know the US doesn't have room for people to have tracks in their backyards. Unless you live in the Midwest. Anyway, see, most test administrators got around this by just setting up a course in a field with a fixed distance and adapting the equation. But even that required a lot of space. Plus, Cooper didn't want this test to just be used for adults. Again, we're preventing a disease. Gotta start at a young age with little Timmy so he turns into the next Hercules. In 1982, the Cooper Institute pivoted towards helping children improve their cardiovascular health. The Cooper test was modified to be more applicable to school settings, and a great way where it could fit inside of a gym, something that basically every public school in America had. And thus, the FitnessGram Pacer Test was born. Students would run back and forth across a 20-meter distance as many times as possible, with each lap signaled by a beep. The test itself gets faster as it continues, and it pushes students to their absolute limit. If they miss 2 beeps in a row, their test is over. Okay, let's pause. I know that was a lot, but it's important for you to know that the Pacer test was originally designed with very good intentions. Cooper almost single-handedly changed the way we think about exercise and saved countless lives doing so. If this were Pinocchio, Cooper's wish had come true. The Pacer Test was implemented in schools around the world, partnered with the NFL with their Fuel Up to Play 60 program, and brought a new way of grading to physical education. Pinocchio was off on his journey, but you read the title. This is a story of tragedy. It's time to meet the fox.
That's the goal behind President Trump's latest executive order.
I'm pleased to announce that we're officially restoring the presidential fitness test.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I originally began researching this topic with the idea in mind to expose the FitnessGram Pacer Test. The feeling of being pushed to your breaking point in front of your entire class twice a year from elementary school to high school was so demoralizing. There would always be a few kids crying, some kids would just ditch class, and other kids would get made fun of by their peers because, well, it was easy pickings. There was nowhere to hide. But my mind was completely changed when finding out the backstory to this test and how Cooper was seriously just a really cool guy that wanted to help as many people as he could. All of this cognitive dissonance posed a question. How did we get from Cooper's good intentions to public shaming? Although the test was created with good intentions, it would be up to the education system to determine how exactly it was implemented, and this unveiled an ugly, ugly issue. Unlike subjects like English, math, or science, physical education can't be graded really in the same way.
Well, here's the second opinion.
Our brains are already quite different from one another, but our bodies, nutrition, and overall well-being, those are all over the place. What is considered an A on the Pacer test isn't determined by the Cooper Institute, because they don't really want to grade it. They just want the data so they can compile and track physical fitness in the US among children. No, the schools determine how the test is actually graded. With a quick Google search, I found these sheets as the first results documenting how Wake County Public School System grades the tests, and I'm pretty sure my own school literally just copied these and graded us that way. To get a passing grade, you have to run 15 laps according to the sheet. I couldn't remember how challenging this was since I took the stupid thing like 5 years ago, so me and my friend Bryce ran the test for ourselves, and it was very humbling.
No way. Oh my god. You got it, Bryce.
Again, not everyone's physical ability is the same. For most kids, it's barely in their control, especially when it comes to nutrition. Running this thing for myself revealed an ugly side of the test that might explain why so many people hate this thing. I was already struggling, but I was at least doing it for fun. These kids, they're doing it for a grade. Oh, and it's about to get worse. We haven't even talked about the circus yet.
Got a few minutes? That's all it takes to get ready for your future. Green light.
This is Greenlight, a company that doesn't look like it has much wrong with it. They seem to have no controversies, a nice goal to help students apply to colleges by keeping their records in one place, and just recently partnered with the FitnessGram test to easily keep track of students' data. And they're doing it with a bright and shiny app. You see, a big problem with the FitnessGram was that you often didn't see your results for months after taking the test. It basically made the test feel completely pointless, where you couldn't even track how you were improving over time. This partnership aims to solve that problem. But something doesn't feel right here. I wanted to see what the internet thought of this company, and nothing. They have no reviews for their apps, nobody has mentioned them anywhere online, and when you look around at all the videos they have embedded in their website, it's just all AI voiceover slop.
Are you familiar with the Department of Commerce and Labor's initiative called Raise the Bar? Unlike credentials, AI, ready-to-work tools empower learners to develop practical skills.
It's just soulless, a corporate shell that feels like it is completely out of touch with the primary users that are keeping them in business, students. And what's even stranger is that the students don't choose that this company has their data. It's up to the schools. The students don't really get much of a say, so it just feels weird. This is one of the first companies I've stumbled across that legitimately can't be found anywhere online. As I was researching, I tried to put myself in the students' shoes. How would I feel with this company having my data that has AI embedded videos on their website, no reviews anywhere online, I don't even get a choice to use this company, and on top of that, everything about it just feels weird. This is one of the first companies I've stumbled across that legitimately can't be found anywhere online. But there is no maniacal twist here from what I can see. I spent hours trying to put the nail in the coffin on Greenlight to find something that would be the classic exposed portion of the video. I could finally burn down the circus. But nope, nothing. All I can say is I'm worried for future generations having to take this test, not to mention that they'll be doing it to sick new beats.
Now, time to assess aerobic capacity with the FitnessGram 20-meter Pacer Test.
Are you ready?
Get set, go! Fitness and fun. We're going to concentrate on the two F's.
Okay.
Fitness and fun.
Yeah.
Why not?
1. And here we go.
I see you.
One more time, let's go. 2.
You can do it.
The identity of the Pacer Test has been shattered. From starting out as a simple way to track fitness levels of children in America, to now trying to be appealing to modern students. Pinnochio has certainly lost his way, against his father's best intentions. The strings have been tangled and the test has failed. Whether our education system or Greenlight want to admit it or not, this test is going in the complete wrong direction. So there you have it, the end of the story. The tragic fall of the FitnessGram Pacer Test. Just don't look at that bar at the bottom of the screen that determines where you're at in the video. Alright, it was worth a shot. You know, that's when I realized that while I was focused on this tiny speck of dust at the circus that I was really trying to burn down, there was a massive behemoth sitting right in the middle of the room.
The FitnessGram Pacer Test. The FitnessGram Pacer Test.
Can I sleep here tonight?
Sure, but I talk in my sleep. That's cool.
The FitnessGram Pacer Test is a
Let's go back to where we started here. Why would over 200 random strangers want to relive this stupid test? By all means, they should just be avoiding it. I was stumped, so I tried to put myself in their shoes. Why would I want to run the FitnessGram Pacer Test? What would make me lace up my shoes and go outside and do this stupid thing? And also bring along a friend for the ride. Seriously, shout out to Bryce, I'm so sorry. You know, I pondered, and I felt like I had thought of every possible angle, and then it hit me. It's the same reason for why I'm writing a video essay about the FitnessGram Pacer Test. It's the same reason why you've been watching this video for this long. Because it's funny.
The FitnessGram Pacer Test.
Do you know what a copy pasta is? Of course you do. Of course you do. You've been on the internet for a long time. It's a chunk of text that you can copy and paste quickly and spam on an online forum and chat room. The intro to the B movie.
Laws of aviation.
I sexually identify as an attack helicopter.
Progressively gets more difficult as it continues.
The narration of the Pacer Test is undoubtedly ingrained in your mind.
Huh?
When I read these words, I hear that man's voice echoing throughout my elementary school gym. It's a powerful core memory, not only associated with pain, but also associated with laughter. Because honestly, that was the only way to deal with it. Everyone was miserable running this stupid thing, so why not make fun of the voice? Make fun of the whole thing. Wait a minute, who actually is the voice?
I've been using that voice forever.
I know, it's very iconic.
It is, and it's changing. We've
already
redone the entire Pacer Test cadence.
Wow.
And we're piloting it.
1.
Hi.
Hello there. Do you hear me?
There's the voice.
Yeah, the FitnessGram Pacer Test. Hi, my name is Roger Francisco, and I'm the original voice of the Pacer Test. And I'm currently retired from Human Kinetics after 20 years of being the audio services manager there. What can I do for you?
Fitness and fun.
I will start this Pacer Test track for you guys so y'all can have a listen to it.
1.
And see what y'all think.
So who's ready to get active?
The goal is to complete as many laps as possible by running across the line before you hear each sound.
The running speed will slowly go faster each time you hear this signal.
There's a catch though.
Your lap doesn't count if your body doesn't cross the line before you hear this sound.
Memes upon memes upon memes. That is the key. That is the whale in the room for why people are still talking about this stupid test long after graduating. It's the reason why the test is still popular today and why people decide to run it for fun on their own. It's even the reason how a couple students found the original voice of the Pacer test. The only way this stupid thing can actually be wholesomely nostalgic is due to its comedic value. The same kids who were tormented by this thing are now giving it a second life where it can serve its initial purpose, keeping them active in a fun way. Somehow, in some way, via only what the power of the internet can do, the Pacer test is returning to what it used to be. And with the FitnessGram finding itself back in the headlines, we now have the opportunity to keep the fire going to save Pinnochio. I wouldn't call myself a trendy person, but damn it, this actually was such a fun thing to do on my own time. As life continues to stretch and we all continue to get older and probably not wiser, but definitely older, the legacy of the FitnessGram Pacer test will follow with us. From a story of science and understanding to a twisted and manipulated mess, we have all witnessed the rise and dramatic fall of the FitnessGram Pacer test. Throughout this entire video, I've been calling the test itself Pinnochio, tormented by his peers until he was a shell of his former self. But this essay has a problem. One last major question, one loophole in the script. Who are we in this story? Are we just another villain along the way set to throw Pinnochio off of his course, or are we the angel set to give Pinnochio his true purpose? No. To me, I don't think we are either of those things. We are just simply the voice of reason.